Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Ignorant Intellectual on Media. Today we are doing our 26th, 7, 8, 9, 27th, our 27th video on the top 100 movies of all time, father and daughter review. The 27th is Donnie Darko, directed by Richard Kelly. Came out in 2005, is my guess. And stars Jake Gyllenhaal and his sister. Basically, this is a really screwed up film. It's hard to follow. I watched it about 20 years ago, and I quite enjoyed it. And I never watched it since until now because I didn't want it. You know how when you watch a film sometimes, and then time passes by, you watch it again, you have a whole different perspective on the film. It kind of ruins it because you thought it was like such a great film or whatever, or a magical film. You thought you were watching something special, and then you watch it again later on, and then the mystery kind of goes away from it. So this one is a pretty freaky film. I don't know what you would call it, a thriller. What would you call it, a horror? I don't know what you would call it, really. It's basically Jake Gyllenhaal is a high school student who is mentally ill. Well, his family thinks he's mentally ill. He's on certain medications, and he goes to see a therapist. He sees things, and this is a pretty unexplainable film, actually. So he sees a rabbit, or a man dressed up in a rabbit costume, and there's a time travel involved in this, and then there's like alternate universes that are involved in it, where what happens is at the beginning of the film, a airplane engine falls on his house, but he happens to be sleepwalking at the time, and he isn't in his bed, so he doesn't die. But he's supposed to die, right? So then it creates an alternate universe that, according to the laws of Richard Kelly or whoever wrote the screenplay, this alternate universe only lasts a few weeks, and so the psychological problems that Jake Gyllenhaal is having has to do with him being alive instead of dead, and being in an alternate universe, and he has to kind of solve that problem. So he starts seeing a guy dressed up as a rabbit, and he names him Frank. Is it Frank? Yeah. So names him Frank, and then Frank kind of gives him advice to go burn a house, go do this, go that, and at the end it kind of gets reconciled, but you're confused throughout the whole movie because where did the engine come from? Because there was no airplane there at the time, but that airplane is actually in the alternate universe at a different time period, and there was like a rip or whatever, and that the engine came through the rip and hit the house or whatever. Anyways, it's quite confusing. You probably have to watch this thing unless you're a genius IQ or whatever. Watch it like 4 or 5 times just to get the whole idea behind it. When I first watched it, I thought it was like magical about 20 years ago. I go, yeah, that's the type of film I really like, because anybody who watches it, what happens is you'll end up sitting down with the person and you'll speculate on what the film means, right? Because it's so open to interpretation. But we watched the director's cut, and the director's cut kind of explains it as it goes along. There's like these chapters that start off, and there's like a written page that breaks up the different parts of the film, and there's a wording on it like saying that if this happens, then an alternate universe gets created. So it's kind of like an explanation of the film as you're going along. But the first time I watched this film, it wasn't the director's cut, it was the theatrical cut. So it helped. I mean, if you watch the director's cut, Richard Kelly kind of helps you go along and understand what's going on, but it kind of kills the magic as well. So I'm not sure if I like the director's cut better than the theatrical cut. What did you think?
Donnie Darko's actor was perfect for this role because his eyes, like, it gives serial killer vibes, but he's not a serial killer in this movie. But it just adds to the creepiness and unsettled vibe to the movie. Also, that sphere thing that comes out of your chest, it makes you question whether you really have free will or you're just like following this predetermined path. I don't think they really explained that, did they? Or maybe just on why like that.
But that was part of it. It's like a liquid thing that's pulling
Yeah.
you along to do stuff, right? I don't know. Like I said, it's confusing the film, so I'm not sure what the point of that was.
Also, the part where he burned down Patrick Swayze's house and discovering this whole child pornography thing in the dungeon. It was funny because in Dirty Dancing, he was basically this 30-year-old dating this teenager. So I was like, oh wow, child pornography. But yeah, overall, I love the movie. I love movies that in the end, it just makes me sit in silence and just like try to watch the whole thing in my mind again to just like connect things. So it was really interesting. There's a lot that I want to say, but I don't want to spoil it too much. But yeah, I like the movie.
It was like 20 years old, so I think most people that,
Not my age.
Oh yeah, true. All right.
Not my
Okay.
age.
Yeah. So I think it's a great film, even though I don't understand all of it. Sometimes when you sit down and you watch something, you feel like you're participating in something that's mind blowing or unique or whatever, and so it deserves to be on the top 100 easily. So let's see what's underneath. I wonder if it's going to be the rabbit. All right, so here we go. So number 26, 27, Donnie Darko, directed by Richard Kelly. Oh,
It's the bunny.
it's the rabbit, like I thought it might be. Cool. All right. So what's up next? We got Finding Nemo. We had Monsters Inc. Now we have Finding Nemo. So this is the second Pixar film that's on the top 100. I like the film, so it'll be fun to watch it again. All right. So that's Donnie Darko, number 27, 28, 29, 30. Yeah. So 27. Number 27. And if you liked the video, leave a thumbs up. Think about subscribing, and we'll talk to you in our next video. You have a great night.
Bye.